More than 11,000 members of the Writers Guild of America putting down the pen and walking off the job last night. Failed discussions with major studios meant immediate impacts felt on late-night talk shows, and more fallout is expected. For more, we are joined by Tina Contogenis with Eris Talent Agency. Tina, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about, this is something that we're going to all see the effects of, but a lot of people are never really going to understand what's actually happening behind the curtain, so to speak. What's going on right now? What are writers asking for? And why are these discussions not being productive?
Well, basically, we're in a new world. Years ago, we were only watching network TV shows, and now it's streamers. And with that should be a change in contracts, and there have been, but it hasn't been to the benefit of the writers. So we have these streamers that are earning billions of dollars and writers whose guaranteed work days are being cut. And a lot of different things like that are going on. They want residuals, they want more basic pay, there's AI in the picture, they want to basically have some protection with artificial intelligence writing their scripts. So there's all sorts of things going on.
And I think we hear that, right, that AI is going to be redefining the future of what, work looks like. But to think about that being what's writing our favorite television shows is eerie to think about.
Yeah.
What do you think right now is the biggest sticking point on why these negotiations aren't moving forward? Is it because these are just such delicate, different times? Netflix is different than HBO is different. Is it because they're all trying to get on the same page?
I don't get, honestly, why there has not been more movement.
Sure.
Because I feel, what the writers are asking for is their guarantees. And they used to work, they used to do 22 episodes for a season, and now they're doing 8 episodes a season. So the writers are wanting those guarantees for not only those 8 episodes, but let's talk about before they're doing the show and after they're doing the show. And now they're doing these things called mini rooms where they're bringing writers on a daily basis, which was never the thing. So the security that a writer once had is gone. And so the writers are wanting minimum guarantees of writers in the room. They don't want to lose these writer rooms because these are very important. These are all our favorite TV shows that have been written with writers' rooms. Wow. So.
All right, so last time this happened 15 years ago, you and I briefly off camera were talking about that, 2007, 2008. 100 days is how long it lasted the last time. What are you predicting for what we could see this time?
I don't think anybody can predict it at this point. We are hoping it's not going to go to that. There's a lot of things that are really far. They're really far in a lot of issues. So I don't know. And this has been going on a long time. We all knew this was coming, so.
No surprise. No. How is it impacting those who you represent, or how is it going to impact really kind of everybody else that's connected to this?
Well, from the writers, they're not going to be working right now, so they're taking a hit. And in solidarity with them is SAG and the Directors Guild of America. So they're all on the picket lines right now in LA and in New York, standing there in front of those studios and those networks basically saying, or the studios, saying, we need more and we're going to support. But for the average person, our late night talk shows are dark. In just a week, if it goes on past a week, we're not going to be watching soap operas. Wow. And if it goes on past that, the network shows that we're all used to watching, they start their writing for next season in May and June. So that's going to push it back too. It's kind of like if you imagine the pandemic, how that hit all of us. Yeah. Everything was stalled, and then it caught up later when all of a sudden, they're done running everything, and now we're watching reruns after reruns.
And eerie, I know I've used that word twice now, but it truly is, and something that, as you mentioned, people have seen coming. This is no surprise that, that this is what discussions are. It's sad they can't come to an agreement, but like you said, hopefully it won't be 100 days.
It has to adjust. We're in a new world, and this whole new streaming deal is a completely different ballgame, especially after the pandemic.
Sure.
It's all different, so everybody has to adjust and give.
Streaming has completely redefined that all of our viewing habits.
Everything.
You think
even
that
commercials.
would adjust?
You're not watching a lot of commercials, so the way that shows are funded is different. So.
Well, we know that, again, you're going to stay on top of it. Hopefully we'll get to check back in with you, and we'll have good news coming up.
I hope so.
Tina, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon, we'll send things over to you.